will be a to be continued. We will see. But let's move on to this next segment about our man Joey B, as Katie would say.
Yep. All right.
Oh, Joe Burrow run it back. Ash, we'll start with you, Ash.
Not me.
What do you think, Ash?
I don't think so.
Womp, 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 womp.
I really love Joe Burrow, and I really hope they do. I really like the Bengals. I probably will not like the Bengals during the regular season because I want the Steelers to do better than the Bengals. But this offseason has been super fun to watch them.
Absolutely.
I just don't. It's gonna be really, really, really hard. I mean, anyone that's made it and lost, how many times have they gone back?
That's true.
It's really hard. And the AFC is so stacked. They're so good. I'm worried. If the Bengals don't win the division, I don't think they get to the playoffs because I can see them not having that solid of a winning record just because.
Definitely up for grabs. That means.
And I would be worried that someone like the Ravens are going to get healthy next year, are going to be solid next year, are going to be we're not doing that again where we go out there and embarrass ourselves. So I just worry that the Ravens win the division at least next year, and then the Bengals don't even make it. As far as the four seasons, everyone's putting way too much faith in Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. They're young, so they had a good year.
They are very young.
That is going to continue. DK Metcalf, he was supposed to be amazing, awesome, great. What did he do this year? So Jamar Chase led the league in drops. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to play on the Bengals until week 16 anyway. So I don't know. I really, really like them. I hope they do run it back again. But
Nathan's got Pittsburgh and Baltimore going back, so it's going to be hard if they go back.
Well, those two go back. They're definitely not. I see the Steelers. With who? Mason Rudolph? Sorry.
Look, don't get her talking about a situation that's going to get her in trouble later.
Juju's a free agent. He's not coming back. So who do they have? They going to pay? I don't know.
That's going to be very
a different conversation. I don't agree with that statement. But
that's going to be very interesting. I mean, Delilah, what do you think? Can they run it back?
It's the Bengals are 0-3 now because this is the third time they lose in the Super Bowl with 3 different quarterbacks. And if someone's going to break the curse, maybe it could be Joey B. Someone could break that Bengals curse. I just, like I said before, I just feel and we're all talking about, it's difficult to go back to a Super Bowl. I mean, even Tom Brady even mentioned the fact that the Patriots used to suck in the beginning. People forget when he joined the Patriots, he said it. We lost for seasons.
Yes.
We didn't go anywhere, and it didn't take until you created the right team, right? The right formula, not just the coach, but the right formula and the right team to make that run. But it didn't happen overnight. He said it took seasons. But now people are wondering, is Joey B going to be another Dan Marino, right? Who is, people say, right? He is one of the greatest quarterbacks, but he never won a Super Bowl, right? And so, so is he going to be in that? I think that's going to be the challenge. If he does run it back, I still don't think it'll be with the Bengals. I think it'll be with a different team.
Ooh, you heard it here first, Delilah. Put it out there. It may be with another team, and it may be because sometimes you don't want to stay with a team that, are the Bengals for real? Now, we know the Bengals have been at the bottom for a long time, very comfortable in the bottom.
Not just comfortable. When they have some success, they stay comfortable with that success.
Being in the Super Bowl for a long time if they don't get back. They will ride this thing to the wheels fall off. Katie, what do you think? Do you think Joey B can get back?
I think he can get back, and I think he's determined enough. I think he's got a different maturity as a young quarterback where you're not going to, like he said in his interview, don't show him what you have in front of the camera. Like these young athletes with their workouts, with this, with that. You don't know what he's thinking off camera and behind the scenes and what he's going to talk to with Zach Taylor, the coach that just got an extension through 2026, and what he's going to be working on in the off season with Jamar Chase, with McPherson. What O-line are they going to look at drafting during the draft. What free agency moves are they going to make? They have a lot of cap space on their team to put in some really good players to support him so he's not getting sacked 70 plus times a season.
Absolutely.
So, and I think their defense did a really good job against a Rams offense that was supposed to be dynamic with OBJ and with Kupp and with Akers and Stafford and everything.
Shout out to the Bengals defense. They did a very good job.
They did.
I mean, so when you look at all their different components and you look at what just the one component they really do need, because they have Uzomah, they have a great core. They're young, so they have longevity. So I see the longevity, the youth. I mean, Joey B's a little banged up right now. He's going to heal in the offseason, but I think the Bengals have a chance to build something pretty awesome in this offseason, and I think they'll be back. I just have this confidence in this team and this young coach and in Joe Burrow that it's going to happen. I'm sorry, that's what I just see.
I like it. I like it.
You don't have to apologize. It's a good analytics.
I mean, let's think about it. What young team, because like Ash said, they are young, but all of them are young. I mean, Higgins, Boyd, you got Jamar Chase. These are young cats that they're probably going to have. That offensive wide receiver core with Joe Burrow is pretty much set for the next 2 years. And so I feel like with that, you got some pretty dynamic wide receivers that can get the job done. Now, I do think that offensive line is going to need major work, but like you said, do you stay with an organization that you don't know if they're going to be your full potential? Can Joe Burrow move over to, I know the Patriots position is already gone, but can they move over to a team like the Bucs? Right. That have, the pieces, but now missing their quarterback. Joe Burrow may not want to stay with Cincinnati, but that division is wide open. And if everybody can say, yeah, the Steelers are back. Yeah, the Ravens are back. But you guys were supposed to be back this year, and it didn't quite happen.
Right.
Well, Steelers ain't coming back with no quarterback. So
Yeah.
I would just rule them out. The Browns bad.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything.
The way we all thought it was going to happen. But
it'll be interesting to see what happens. We'll just have to wait and see what they do in free agency, the draft, and everything. And they have great defensive pieces with.
I agree. They
Absolutely.
do. Sydney's right. They do. Yeah.
They have a lot of money to throw at a lot of good talent.
They do.
And that's the key. Maybe
the Bengals are smart enough to do what they need to do.
The one smart thing they did is give Zach Taylor an extension. So at least that was one smart move.
Yeah, they're going to have to do what the Rams did. Maybe just go all out. You have a right now quarterback. You have a right now wide receiver. If you do what the Rams did, go out and get you an OBJ or somebody that's willing to leave their team that is dynamic, but you can pay.
Right.
Why not go out? And maybe they need to be on the offensive line. Maybe you need to try to see if you can go. I don't want you to take any of my offensive linemen, but if you can take some offensive linemen,
absolutely.
Why not? And in the draft, that's what you need to be doing in your first round pick is picking offensive.
And that's what they're looking at doing. I saw a mock draft.
They have to. There's no other option. They have to.
They have to. For me, they have to do both. It's not just going to be the draft because they're gonna pick so low that it's free agency. So that's where I would be impressed with the Bengals is when free agency start coming up and those deadlines and all those free agents come up. If they start signing quality old linemen that are going to pop up this season, then I'll be like, okay, Bengals, they're different. Okay, they're, but I think that's the question mark, right? And to Sydney's point, it's not that they were half a game off. You know yourself that you need a quarterback. So, who do you want on the Steelers so that your team can make a legitimate run again? It's not that your team isn't good. It's that they need a quarterback. They need a quarterback. That's all.
Haskins, he did so much for Washington.
So it's not that we don't agree. Yeah.
If they do it right, they can do it.
Yeah, that's all. So I guess that is the big question mark, right? And I guess that's going to be the thing, right? When we do our special one-off shows during the off season, we'll pop up and be like, "Oh, look at what happened."
It's just an entire offensive line.
Bengals are stacked.
Hey, see, don't be upset. Y'all got in by a wish, a hope, and a prayer. Somebody heard your cries at night, Sydney. God was like, all right, make it so that you guys will have a magical way to get into the playoffs. Don't just say that they did that. Look, they got in without a wish and a prayer. They got in. Y'all got a wish and a prayer. Huh?
What? No, that's better than Matt Ryan.
That's way better. I would be okay with that. I love Mitch. I've said that multiple times.
Look, I watched the show. You have said that you like Mitch.
He's not with. That's not why Chicago won. And I want you to think about the fact that that man went to the playoffs with that type of offensive play. Like, Jesus Christ. God bless that man for able to.
The fans were shocked.
Able to take a Matt Nagy playbook and make that work. Jesus. He did not have bad years with Chicago because of him. That kid had an arm, and I hope that he learned with the Bills and with the right people because he always had potential, and it's sad that he was wasted with my team. I've said that many times.
I'm excited for Mitch. Go ahead, get Mitch.
They should have been done with Mason Rudolph the day he got dented in the head by Myles Garrett. That should have been the day they were like, we're done here. He's so bad.
And this just in, we do know that these two players are probably going to stick it out together because now Jamar Chase has now became, look, bought the house right next to Joe Burrow. Are they together forever? Are they a duo package?
Yes, they are. It was so funny when I read that story that he went to Joey B's neighbor and said, "What do you want for your house? Because I want to live right next door to my teammate." And they were like, "Sure, what do you want? What are you offering?" So he offered. They accepted, and Joe B and Jamar are now next door neighbors. It's just what happened.
I love it.
Their brother,
it's kind of like Aaron Rodgers saying he wants to take Devontae
Adams wherever
he goes.
Yep.
So it's kind of like, you know, some of these players have package deals, but you got to remember Jamar Chase and Joe go back to LSU days.
They do.
So it's like they have a kindred spirit friendship kind of going on. So
they're partners. I love it. I absolutely